The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because, you know, those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Geis with the carry on second down. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He dumps it underneath for Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. So on fourth down, the Redskins will call on Tressway to punt it away. Back deep, Taylor Gabriel. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A very costly holding penalty. It backs them up all the way inside their 10 to start this drive. A give to Howard. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mayfield to throw it. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
This is Howard on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Third down, Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Dice receives the pitch. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd down, that's Taylor. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. They'll begin the drive with Howard. Whoosh. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make it.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 68 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. On the ground, Geis. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
They'll give it to him up the middle. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt. So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right? You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media. Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know. They go with Howard to begin the drive. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Detroit! Detroit! Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Into the Redskins have it, they do. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he? He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take it. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive. Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address? And those are so many drills focus on that. All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though. On first down, they run with Howard. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we? And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Now Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Would you say this offense is locked in right now? They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Mayfield on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Throwing, Mayfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Finding Gabriel, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. On the right side, this is Miller. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Mayfield now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They've played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They start on the ground with Geis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
The Redskins on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Looking to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. They'll set up to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A first down throw for Mayfield. Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. And all the way down to the 26. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
So we have come upon, there you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Mayfield now on second down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run with Howard. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Matt Ioannidis forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Third and long for Mayfield. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Preston Smith, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23, and he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D lineman, you play the...
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well, they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They give to Taylor. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But the Redskins look to get this one back, and indeed they did. It's still Washington football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This is taken at the 23. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bears take over. Elsewhere, a 3rd quarter score from NRG Stadium in Houston. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Flush to his right. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they'll get this down to the 10. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
First down, Mayfield. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Detroit!
From the gun, Mayfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. That's fielded in the end zone. And it winds up a terrific return, but markers are down. And this is going to come all the way back. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up. Wanting to get a good get off on the snap. Jump too quickly.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Following the penalty, it's Geis. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Back to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gun! Detroit!
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Onto the field now come the Bears. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post, that's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Running with Howard. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Well, he was 3 for 3 to that point, but he couldn't keep the perfect game going.
Did someone mention it on the bench and jinx it?
Maybe jinx him a little bit.
Well, you doubt it had anything to do with overconfidence, but hey, it's an inexact science. These things do happen.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll drop the throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And they get 14 yards there and a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. On the ground, it's Geis. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Jarvis Landry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are going to take the lead. And, can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. They are on to the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll look to throw. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Back to throw. Over the middle complete. That's Robinson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The result, a first down as a quick slant gets him 14.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
The Bears on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. He'll look to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Mayfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Detroit!
Here's Mayfield. Howard has the first down and then some. That is caught inside the 5. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. Now Mayfield. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost them.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves them out there with another chance.
Howard all alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal.
Detroit!
One last shot from Mayfield here. And he's in for the touchdown. And barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got